Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Dan with Two Dudes. Kind of wanted to go over some topics here today. I want to talk about why sellers will ultimately fail with fulfillment by Amazon. So what is FBA? FBA is the process of taking your product, a set of products, bulk amount of products, taking that product, sending it into Amazon. That could be either copyrighted material or trademark material that you got authorization to sell from, the vendor that you want to sell from, and you got some authentic items that you want to sell and somebody already has a listing set up and you're just FBAing it in. Or you're private labeling something and you want to send it in and, have Amazon take care of everything. There's a lot of benefits to FBA. We love FBA, but we, again, we have said in the past, we just don't feel it's the best way to start off with. We've had a lot of course students that have come over from other courses that have voiced their displeasure with the entire process and effectively almost given up on Amazon because they've failed. And what is failure? Failure is putting product in Amazon and it not move. So a lot of our students are, either non-students as well, feel the best way to do that is to artificially inflate the rank with PPC. So once you get the buy box, you can run pay-per-click. It's ads on Amazon to get people to buy your product. It's that simple. But you don't really understand the competition. You have to understand who else is selling product like yours, who else is private labeling it. And then eventually it comes down to the ultimate bundling. Are you bundling? How are you differentiating yourself from the competitor? Because if you're trying to do it with price alone, you're probably not going to succeed. We've come across that. So we've had, current students of ours and even that aren't our students that we still coach that tell us that, they've tried to use viral utilities like Viral Launch to giveaways. They get into panic mode after a week or two because they're not selling any product and they've invested all this money into that product. So it's understandable to get a little antsy. E-commerce is a long-term game. It's not one of those things where you're going to list a product and immediately people are going to start buying it. People come in with the idea and these other courses try to sell you on, you can make $10,000 overnight, and it's BS. It's wrong. It doesn't make any sense because we know, at least the way we do it, that's not the case. It takes time to ramp up. And people have this false idea that, with FBA, that you're almost guaranteed to make money, and it's just not the case. Some people do have success stories, don't get me wrong, but there's no guarantee that you're going to sell your product. You got to think about it from the customer perspective. If I'm looking for something that may or may not exist on an e-commerce platform like Amazon, and I find it, is the price in the range that I want to pay for it? Do I think it's relative? Is this exactly what I'm looking for? There's so many things that you have to consider when you start doing product research, and that's one of the things that my counterpart Rico hits upon all the time, and without him we could have gained the success and stature that we're at today because of his excellent product research. He has a real good idea of what people want to buy, what people need, what people are looking for, and that is exactly what you need to get to, especially with FBA. You need to spend time researching your product even longer than what we preach, because you're making a serious investment of money and time and effort into this product set, and you're essentially having to guarantee the success of that product before it even hits the store. And that's why we preach a different method, because we don't believe that's the best way to start off. So some other things you need to consider is, like I said before, like your competition. You need to understand who's selling the product that you're trying to sell, if they even exist on this platform. If they don't, great, wonderful. But even then, it's a little, kind of like the Wild Wild West. How do you get people to find you? PPC? Do you hope to God that your PPC sales rank matches your organic sales rank? I don't think it'll happen, but by all means, you might be spending an exorbitant amount of money to make sure that your placement of your product shows up on the first page, and that eats in your profits. It's a finite amount that you can make from it because you have a finite amount of inventory, and you got to pay for that storage. You got to pay, the long-term storage fees. You got to worry about the storage performance index. So there's so many other things you have to worry about. That, and Amazon treats you a little bit different when they hold your product. They're essentially backing that product. So if you sell something like an inauthentic item, you're really going to be up crap, and without a paddle. You do not want to play that game with Amazon because they do not give you 3 strikes. 1 strike, boom, you're out. That's it. So FBA is a great way to go. We utilize and leverage FBA with a bunch of our listings, and we highly do recommend it, but again, we feel that is not the best method to start with. You can agree or disagree, but there is a better way to do it, a cheaper way, and that's our method, private label dropshipping. So definitely check us out. Look at our YouTube channel. Look at the videos that we've had. We're providing a bunch of free content to you guys all the time. Follow us on Instagram, subscribe to us on YouTube. We're always producing this content to try to give away back to you guys to get you excited about making money as a secondary or tertiary source of income, and even for some of you guys, primary. So until next time, peace.